trophies. They know my envelopes are open. I just do it cause I'm so. We the best music. Another one. DJ Khaled. Stretched $1 million on my check this 3 years ago. That's 2 zeros to the 1, I'm in a different mode. It's my life, do what I want, I be with different. You know the pick and roll, I pick her up and set her home. I got rich, I scroll, get them in and get them that ladies, Mercedes will go through surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, her pride. Send her back while I'm gripping her side. Looking back, this ain't regular size. You really sloppy like Pelican die. She ain't slick, I can tell her which side. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to go and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it ain't no fight. We call them toxic till they gonna talk. Took her out of follow, cause they pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. My nail tech knows how to keep a little secret. I don't wish for my success, I speak it. I caught a buzz and you dig too, you tweaking. I look like I've been getting money, how reeking. You smell me, that's LV. Walk around with my chest out and my skin smooth, I'm healthy. I'm in the mix, I'm handshaking, but most of y'all can't help me. Most of y'all ain't wealthy. Most of y'all just dress like it. I caught the vibe that y'all giving off and I'm trying to make myself less like it. This chick got a little Porsche body, I might let the bro test drive it. It's hard for me to get excited. I love music and stretch body. My city haunting, I'm co-signing this wave coming up next on it. Round in the shotgun, her testing. Hanging both of my legs out it like what's up? I got stakes and they too high now, I can't up. I like girls that's down to earth, so don't be stuck up. I don't take L's, I give them out and I chuck them up. First listen, ain't hearing this like what the 10 toes, that's my MO. Fam over gram, that's my MO. With close friends, I got friends that I keep close and they let it go while I reload. Like, TSA just opened my book bag up and my chain hitting like, King's back in his hometown when them wheels hit and I touch down. Oh my God, this feeling's just begun. I'm saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you I should've run. But I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. Feelings I feel about us. Try to fight, but it's never enough. My heart is hurting, it's more than a crush. Cause I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. But my heart goes cause my heart goes. Oh my God, I can't believe what I did, girl. I'm thinking things I shouldn't say, singing songs I've never sung. Oh my God, when I see you I should run. But I'm frozen in motion. so simple, man. I found a way, I found a way. If you open up your mind, it's gonna take some time to realize. But if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find. Over your shoulder, you know that I told you I'll always be picking you up when you're down. You're just gonna rise. Now, ugly brother.
Yeah, most of these guys are student athletes. I think it has to be stopped. That's when you make a ball shot. That's good.
I did. What is going on? Say it again.
Testing. I think it's on enough of a delay that it might take a few minutes.
I feel like I need to mute Marina's sound so we can just hear you.
Okay, yep. Test.
There's always a delay. So.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Matt Kuchar with you on the new Max Sports Network from the campus of Wheaton College. Women's soccer action this afternoon. Endicott is here. Endicott College to face Wheaton at Mirrone Stadium on the campus. Endicott comes in an impressive 5-2-2. They've actually tied 0-0 in both of their two conference matches so far. Wheaton comes in 4-4, 1-1 in the conference. And this game sandwiched between some new MAC conference play for the Lions. They'll be back to conference play here on Saturday at home against MIT. Gabby Marcus gets the start in net for Wheaton. Gets the rest of their starting lineup as we go along today. Wheaton had a 3-1 win at Smith in NewMac play in their last game. Lily Brown, the sophomore forward, she had 2 goals. She's starting today. Wheaton put the first goal on the board with Kate Wickenheiser, and then Brown had 2 following that. Brown's first career multiple goal game in college here with the Wheaton Lions. And in that game, it was the first career win, 5 saves for Patricia Bandrup in net for Wheaton. Again, Gabby Marcus, the junior, is in net today for the Lions, wearing the 00. As for Endicott, coming off a 0-0 tie at Suffolk, Commonwealth Coast Conference action for those guys. Endicott's second scoreless tie in their first 2 conference games, as I mentioned. They outshot Suffolk in that game 32-2, but could not put one home. And again, this game sandwiched in between conference play for both teams. This is a non-conference match this afternoon here on the campus of Wheaton College. On the left side of your screen, Wheaton will be defending that goal with Gabby Marcus. On the right side of your screen, Jacqueline Ruggiero will be defending Wheaton. That's going to be on the right side of your screen. Endicott in the navy shirts with the green numbering. Wheaton in the home whites with the blue numbering. Just about ready to get started. A couple of minutes behind schedule as the crowd starts to arrive here on the far side of the field. Nice, pleasant afternoon for some fall soccer. And as the opening whistle sounds, we get started on the first half action. For Wheaton, the first touch goes to Trinity Cloud. Lost it momentarily. Defended by Ella Morgan for Endicott, and now Ella Morgan brings it across midfield. And it's cut off by Shinny Cariello for Wheaton. Freeman ahead toward Brown. Off Wickenheiser. Richatelli. Donahue. Cloud back with it for the Lions, if ever so briefly. Brown chasing. No whistle as Lily Brown gets possession on the other side of the field for Wheaton. Brown defended tightly by Isabella Young for Endicott. This is Grace Jewett. Trying to get past Cloud. Check that. That was Castaldi defensively. Big corner kick opportunity for Endicott off the jump. Ella Morgan is going to take it in. She boots it with the right foot towards the net. And Gabby Marcus catches that one before any further problems can come of it. Gets it ahead to Trinity Cloud, who runs into some traffic in midfield. Wickenheiser with that speed. Defender takes it away. That's Michelle Donahue for Endicott. Wickenheiser comes back for it, and a whistle blows. Foul on Wheaton and on Wickenheiser. So Endicott will get possession. Venditti. There for Wheaton. Gabby Marcus will play it in. Moves it toward midfield. Young there for Endicott. Hubert rounding the corner. Nice pass in front. Richatelli lost it. Endicott gets it back. Donahue loses it to Colombe. Garces brings it up to midfield for Wheaton. Looking for Brown. And we mentioned Lily Brown. 2 goals in the first NewMac game for the Lions. The win for the Lions in first NewMac win. 3-1 win at Smith in their last game. First multi-goal game of Brown's collegiate career. There she is again. Young comes away with it for Endicott. Up ahead to Jewett. Castaldi comes back to knock it away from Jewett. Endicott keeps it on their side of the field. And Freeman gets it out of harm's way for Wheaton. Looks like it'll be a corner kick for Endicott. Ella Morgan will take the corner, this time from the other side. Morgan's boot cleared out of harm's way by Shinicariello. Endicott will keep it. Michelle Donahue with the throw in. Healy runs into some traffic, trying to get it back. Healy to Richatelli. Richatelli's pass knocked down. Kate Wickenheiser gets the touch for the Lions. Isabella Young for Endicott. Castaldi defensively for Wheaton, working on Hubert. Here's Young again. Leaving it for Morgan. Richatelli. Back to Young. Young in toward the net. Gabby Marcus will pick it up for the Lions. Marcus looking for options. Francesca Freeman. Donahue. Over to Young. Endicott doing a nice job so far. Castaldi comes in, grabs it for Wheaton. Morgan knocks it off of Claire Donfield, the senior captain. Donfield, no whistle. Donfield gets it up to Wickenheiser. Sea of navy blue ahead of her, though. As Richatelli brings it back across midfield, looking to get it up to Jewett. Bended by Shanique Ariello. Knocked out by Marcus. Donahue will have a throw in for Endicott. Richatelli trying to get it over to Tellerico, could not. Comes out to Hubert. Ella Morgan. Young. With 2 defenders on her. Young. It's knocked out of bounds. Wheaton will get it back. And Gabby Marcus will set things up for the Lions. Marcus's pass knocked out by Endicott. Throw-in coming up for Castaldi. These two teams have both played Babson. Of course, Wheaton in the new MAC with Babson. Endicott had a chance to play Babson. As we have a whistle on the opposite side of the field and possession given to Endicott. Foul on Wheaton. So 1 week ago today, Endicott lost 2-0 to Babson. Wheaton also with 2-0 loss to Babson in the Lions' first conference game earlier this month. Babson now ranked 10th overall, by the way, in the D3 National Women's Soccer poll by the United Soccer Coaches. As Donahue takes a shot, Marcus capably handles that one. And oh, by the way, MIT ranks 17th in that national poll. That's who's coming to town on Saturday. So another challenge on tap for the Lions as Marcus gets it out of harm's way to Shinicariello. Here's Cloud across midfield, looking for Donfield up ahead. Donfield chasing it into the corner and knocks it off of Michelle Donahue. Be a throw in for the Lions. Donfield. Here's Cloud. Dribbling around the defender. Pass for Brown. Garces has it knocked away from her by Young, but Wheaton will maintain possession. Amanda Castaldi on the throw-in. Right to Garces. Cloud with two defenders on her. Leaves it for Anthony. Goes off one of the Endicott defenders. Richatelli back across midfield and ahead to Grace Jewett. Jewett one-on-one. The defensive play by Shinicariello to knock it away from Jewett. Looks like another corner kick opportunity upcoming. Ella Morgan will be the one to take it again for Endicott. Coached by Jody Kenyon in her 18th season. As Elizabeth Healy puts it on net. Saved by Gabby Marcus. Cloud ahead to Donfield as Wheaton gets it across midfield, going in the other direction. Brown. Back toward Donfield. Trying to get through a defender, no whistle. Brown. Back to Donfield in the corner. Stays in bounds. Brown. In front, was looking for Wickenheiser. Play defended by Endicott pretty well. Wheaton unable to get a shot off. Cloud keeps it in the positive direction for the Lions. Anthony. Cross to Castaldi. Castaldi looking for options. Back to Donfield. To Lily Brown. Goes around the defender. Tried to leave it for Donfield. Had it knocked away. Donfield gets it back. Dribbling around in the corner. Kicked out by Michelle Donahue again on defense. Donfield to throw in again to Cloud. Has the advantage on her defender, but Morgan knocks it away from her. Anthony saves it for Wheaton. Shinicariello over to Donfield, Cloud. Back into the corner where Donfield has spent a significant amount of time in the last couple of minutes. And knocks it out of bounds. Not much of a test thus far for Jacqueline Reguro in net for Endicott. At midfield, it's knocked out. Morgan Hubert was there for Endicott. It was knocked out by Wheaton. Isabella Young will have a throw in for Endicott. Jewett. And that play whistled out of bounds. Wheaton will get it back. Gabby Marcus. Castaldi up ahead to Wickenheiser. Wickenheiser, a one-on-one opportunity. Nice play by Reguro to make the save. That was the best early chance for Wheaton. Freeman trying to set up another one. Ella Morgan trying to get it out of harm's way for Endicott. Richatelli finds nobody. In fact, finds Castaldi, who's there for Wheaton. She advances it to Wickenheiser, who's going to have another chance with that speed. And her shot is knocked down by Reguro. We've talked in a few of these games about the speed of Kate Wickenheiser. It is on display every time she gets one of those opportunities. As the ball was knocked out by Wheaton, much to the chagrin of the fan base. Wickenheiser. Back to Brown. Trying to set up Cloud. Trinity Cloud, one-on-one with her defender. Takes a shot diving save by Reguro. At midfield, Richatelli trying to get around the defender, but Gabby Marcus comes out and boots it back down the other way. Chased by Lily Brown and knocked out by Endicott. Venditti knocked it out. Claire Donfield will have a throw in. Over to Cloud and back to Donfield. Donfield. Crossing pass too high. Chased down by Garces. Her pass attempt is knocked out of harm's way by the keeper. Juicy rebound was to Cloud, but Wheaton unable to do anything further with it. As Richatelli advances it to Tellerico. Here's Hubert. Nice play defensively by Amanda Castaldi for Wheaton. Castaldi chased back by Hubert. Gets it across midfield ahead to Wickenheiser. Couple of defenders in front of Wickenheiser. Pulls it back out. Gives it to Cloud. Anthony into no man's land. Knocked out by Endicott. Nice play by Francesca Freeman to save it for Wheaton using that height there. Endicott gets it back. Healy. Too far for Richatelli. Richatelli now chasing Freeman into the corner. It's knocked out by Freeman. 27 and a half minutes to play, no score. For Endicott, this is Healy. Knocked out by Healy for Endicott as she was in battle with Shinny Cariello. Carly Matthews for Endicott. First time we've called that name today. Gets it over to Isabella Young. Here's Young. Trading passes with Hubert. Jewett. Defended by Colombe. Colombe winning that battle momentarily. Colombe knocked down, no whistle. Hubert and Anthony collide. Whistle on Endicott. Well, on Hubert. Gabby Marcus with it for Wheaton, setting things up for the attack. Marcus boots it toward midfield. Then Garces. Castaldi knocks it out. Wheaton's defense doing a good job in front of Gabby Marcus so far. New MAC Academic All-Conference last year for Marcus. There's a shot. It was off the side of the net. Looked like Grace Jewett who took that shot. Back to Marcus in net. Marcus, philosophy major here at Wheaton. Minor in legal studies. Wants to pursue a career as an attorney. Lily Brown gets the benefit of the whistle. And it looks like one of the Wheaton players is hurt, so that'll stop the clock. Just under 25 minutes. That is Isabel Colombe, who is slow to get up, and they're going to ask for the trainer. Gabby Marcus down there talking to Colombe, who appears to be indicating something with her right knee. First year defender. Tried to get up a few times, but wants to get that checked out first. It is the right knee they're working on. Colombe now up on her feet, still favoring that left leg and slowly walking off. Looks like Mia Wolfgang will be the replacement for Colombe. Colombe walking off towards the Wheaton bench, clearly favoring the left leg, as we mentioned. Something with the right knee or right leg, but she'll get some attention on the sideline.
Entering the match for the Lions, number 17, Mia Wolfgang.
So the clock will restart with just under 25 minutes to play. No score on the board here in the first half. Wheaton and Endicott. Non-conference action. Wheaton will have possession. And Mia Wolfgang, who just checked in. The first touch for Wheaton. Endicott with it back. Wickenheiser fighting for it at midfield. Cloud comes away with it. Trying to get it up to Brown. Lily Brown. Defended by Young in the corner. Young takes it away from her. Castaldi there for Wheaton. Anthony. Donfield. Morgan knocked it away for Endicott. Hubert chasing, but Mia Wolfgang there to make the play for Wheaton. Pass goes too far. Richatelli picks it up for Endicott, but loses it to Freeman. Freeman aggressively defended by Healy. No whistle. Donahue for Endicott up ahead to Richatelli. Trying to get it across to Jewett. Pass broken up by Wolfgang. Nice job by her. Cloud to Wickenheiser. Wickenheiser around the defender. Trying to get it ahead to Brown, but it was knocked away. Comes back to Anthony. Cloud. Trying to get around the defender. Knocked away briefly. Knocked out of bounds by Cloud. Donahue, the throw in. Wheaton comes away with it. Here's Freeman, leaving it for Anthony. Only one substitution so far in this game. It was on the Wheaton side because of the injury to Colomb. She's sitting on the sideline now getting treatment. Wolfgang in for her, but other than that, all of these players have been out there for the entirety of the first half as Castaldi makes a nice play for Wheaton. Boots back to Young though. Here's Castaldi again to cut it off. Garces back to Castaldi across midfield through a defender. Gets it ahead to Garces. And a whistle offside. Some impressive footwork by Amanda Castaldi, but Wheaton whistled offside, dimming that chance. We get ready to see another substitution. Kylie Sherry getting ready to check in for the Lions. Jacqueline Ruggiero, the senior goalkeeper out of Hyde Park, Massachusetts. Boots it to midfield with about 21 minutes left to play in the first half, no score. Here's Healy for Endicott. Leaves it for Richatelli. Whistle offside against Endicott. Marcus. Donfield knocked down at midfield. Whistle on Endicott. And getting a quick message from the official. Freeman boots it in deep. Knocked away by Morgan. Morgan gets it across midfield again for Endicott. Mia Wolfgang is waiting there. Wolfgang knocked down, no whistle. Morgan comes away with it for Endicott. Looking for Richatelli, but finds the waiting gloves of Gabby Marcus. Marcus boots it ahead. Michelle Donahue chasing, and we'll have a throw in for Endicott. A few substitutions here for Endicott. Gabrielle Clintworth.
Entering the match for the goals.
Julia Mattis
Number
coming
21, Gabrielle Clintworth. Number 22, Julia Mattis. Number 29, Alexandria Dossel. In for the Lions, number 12, Kylie Sherry.
Kylie Sherry into the game for Wheaton as well. And right away, there's Sherry. Over to Donfield. Anthony. Across to Garces. Back to Wolfgang. And now to Castaldi. Anthony finds herself at midfield, and the pass too far for Cariello. Back the other way, Richatelli. Two defenders in front of her, and dumps it in deep. And that shot goes wide of the net. Wheaton had the best goal chance with an earlier one-on-one opportunity for Wickenheiser, but otherwise neither goalkeeper has been tested all that much in this first half. And Wheaton coming in with a 4-4 record, even looking to go above 500 today. Whistle on Wheaton. Played in by Venditti for Endicott. Now Young with it. Pass ahead to Healy. Wolfgang knocks it out of bounds. Another substitution for Wheaton. Gabby Diaz is checking in for Claire Donfield. And for Endicott,
Entering the match for Endicott,
Eliza Walker.
Eliza Walker.
Walker in for
Into the match
Ella
for the
Morgan
Lions, number 18,
on the Endicott side.
Gabby Diaz.
Endicott with a throw in, far side of the field. Fighting for it was Young, fighting with Brown. Whistle goes against Endicott. There's Castaldi. Over to Cloud. Cloud across midfield. She's knocked down. Whistle. Against Endicott. Wheaton will get it right at midfield. Wolfgang boots it in deep. Just into the game, Gabby Diaz announcing her presence for the Lions. Wins it back. Gabby Marcus will handle. Marcus, the boot toward midfield. Wolfgang had a touch. Here's Young back with it for Endicott. We've called her name quite a bit today. Wickenheiser. Over to Diaz. Trying to get it back to Wickenheiser. One-on-one chance. Shot at the net. And saved by Riguro. So Kate Wickenheiser, her second opportunity of the day. Wickenheiser tied for third in the new MAC with 4 goals, tied with a number of other players. But the leading goal scorer for Wheaton, Kate Wickenheiser, 4 goals on the season. Healy trying to get it up ahead. Wolfgang got in there for Wheaton. Touch for Nazi. This one rolls out of bounds, knocked out by Wheaton. Going to take the corner is Julia Mattis. It's going to be a corner for Mattis. And a whistle. There's an offside call there on the corner kick. So Wheaton will get it right back. Clock showing just about 13 and a half minutes to play in the first half as Marcus kicks it out. And now gets it back. No score. A couple of good opportunities for Kate Wickenheiser, but other than that, not much for either team that's been of too much threat to either goalkeeper. At midfield, Endicott knocks it in. Picked up by Gariello. Garces taking it all the way in for Wheaton. Tight defense. Isabella Young there for Endicott. And a whistle on Wheaton. Looked like Garces got the whistle for the foul. Venditti puts it across midfield. Jenny Cariello with a nice play. Back with it. Here's Anthony. Up to Diaz. A lot of action in the middle of the field. Brown leaves it for Garces. Tries to leave it back for Brown. She can't get there. Knocked out by Endicott. Change for Wheaton. Natalie Coughlin is checking in.
For Endicott. Number 14, Lindsay Papa. Number 23, Jillian Magnier. Number 27, Madison Webster.
So 3 substitutions into the game for Endicott.
For the Lions, number 14, Natalie Coughlin.
And Natalie Coughlin checks in for Garces on the Wheaton side. Here's Anthony, who's been out there the entire game, and a whistle on Endicott. They get a foul on Dotsy there. Wickenheiser tries to win it off the contact, cannot. Knocked out in the area of Kylie Sherry. Leaves it for Anthony. Anthony looking for Gabby Diaz. Saves it inbounds. Back to Sherry. And Lily Brown with the shot. Knocked down by the keeper. Wickenheiser had a chance on the rebound, but it's knocked out of harm's way by Carly Matthews on defense for Endicott. Good chance, though, right there for Wheaton. Wheaton will keep it with a throw in here, right in front of their fan section. Lily Brown with a chance. And it knocks right into Ruggiero, and Ruggiero is shaken up. And the whistle blows. They're going to take time here to check on the keeper, Jacqueline Ruggiero, trainer and the head coach. We're hustling out there. Jody Kenyon, her 18th year as the head coach at Endicott, getting right out there to check on her keeper. As Brown came in on Ruggiero. And she really does appear to be in some pain, still down. The Wheaton trainer heading out as well. Both these teams are going to come off the field now, as it's going to take a moment. Jacqueline Ruggiero is still down. She's played a good game in net for Endicott. Looks like the left knee they're working on with just over 9.5 minutes to play in the first half. And if you're just joining us, no score thus far. A significant delay here as concern for the health of the Endicott goalkeeper. Ruggiero. Lily Brown from the Wheaton side trying to advance toward the net. Contact with Ruggiero. She's up on her feet now, getting a round of applause. And speaking with her coach, Jody Kenyon. Fears she's going to stick it out. Pat on the back from Kenyon. Still with a little limp there. Wants to stay. And will stay. Her teammates applauding as they come back out. Jody Kenyon taking the opportunity to speak to her defense. Both teams coming back onto the field now. We'll resume with 9:44 on the clock and a scoreless tie here in this first half. Vergara will boot it back out as the clock restarts at midfield. Endicott. That's Clintworth. Looking up ahead to Papa, but Marcus gets there first for Wheaton. Sherry over to Diaz. And a whistle on Endicott. Marcus boots it over to Castaldi on the opposite side. And that pass is cut off by Endicott. Whistle on Wolfgang. This is Madison Webster. Let's set things up for Endicott. Puts it in towards the net. And a header by Mattis. Saved by Marcus. Wolfgang. Trying to get it up ahead for Wheaton. Endicott back with it. And then Mattis kicks it out of bounds. Throw in for Wheaton. Sherry gets it to Anthony. Diaz leaves it for Shinicariello. Marcus to Wolfgang. Chased from behind. Gets it up ahead to Coughlin. Castaldi. Back to Wolfgang. Couldn't handle it. No whistle. As Wolfgang gets it out of there. Knocks it out. Throw in on the other side of the field now for Endicott. Knocked out now by Endicott. Coughlin will throw it in for Wheaton. Cloud boots it ahead. The speed of Wickenheiser on full display. Rolls it back out to Coughlin. Cloud leaves it back to Anthony. She sees Sherry. Pass deflected. Sherry going the opposite direction. Her pass goes awry. Dotsie goes down. A whistle on Shinicariello. And the referee reaching into his pocket shows yellow to Shinicariello. So this will set up what will be the best opportunity yet today for Endicott. Looks like a free kick coming their way. Looks like Mattis will take the kick. With the clock stopped at 6:39. Mattis. Too high. And over the Wheaton net. Did not test Marcus. With under 6.5 minutes to play now, no score in this game. We mentioned Endicott in 2 conference games has had 2 0-0 ties. Not scored yet in conference play. This non-conference action today. But goals have been hard to come by for Endicott as Coughlin advances it to Cloud. Coughlin fell down. Whistle on Endicott. Some disagreement from the players in Navy down there. They thought Coughlin went down by herself. The referee saw it otherwise. Wolfgang It's Coughlin toward net. Diaz there to knock it down. Two defenders on Diaz. Gets it out in the area of Sherry. Kicks back out to midfield. Wolfgang. Chase down. Gets it back. Looking for Brown. Clintworth. Shooting Cariello. Knocks it out. Throw in coming up for Endicott. Finds its way to Wolfgang. Cross to Diaz. Endicott wins it back. Here's Datsy. Shot wide left of the net. As Marcus made a diving attempt. Nasty's had a few shots. Marcus over to Sherry with the clock ticking down to about 4 minutes left in this scoreless first half. Diaz gets knocked down. Whistle on Endicott. Shinny Cariello up ahead to Diaz. Pass too far for Kylie Sherry. Anthony fighting for it. Dosti. Has it cut off by Castaldi. Here's Diaz. Up ahead to Wickenheiser. Has two defenders on her as Wickenheiser trying to outrun them. Into the corner. She's knocked down. You see the indication. Indication is a handball on Wickenheiser. And that'll give possession to Endicott. Knocked out off Endicott. That was Mattis that knocked it out. Throw in for Wheaton. Diaz. Looking for Wickenheiser. Knocked out by Endicott again. Another throw in coming up for Sherry with 2:20 showing on the clock and running. That in the first half as Sherry appeared to knock out of bounds, but no call by the officials. It stays in and finds its way to Gabby Marcus. The clock showing 2 minutes. No score. First half. Wheaton and Endicott non-conference action from Mirrone Stadium on this Wednesday afternoon. This sandwiched between a couple of important conference games for Wheaton. First, the one at Smith over the weekend. They won that decision. And now an all-important game against MIT coming up on Saturday right here. Saturday here at Mirrone Stadium, 1 o'clock kickoff in that one. Endicott wins it back, if ever so briefly. Here's Dasty. Shot wide left of the net. With under 90 seconds to play in the first half. Marcus trying to set up this play for Wheaton. And Wheaton will need some urgency now if they want another opportunity on goal with under a minute to play.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Diaz to Wickenheiser. If anyone can get there in 10 seconds, it would be Wickenheiser towards the net. Pass is knocked away and knocked out by Endicott. 45 seconds. Sherry pass into Brown. Diaz leaves it for Sherry. Anthony knocked it off the mouth of one of the Endicott players. No whistle. They're going to play the advantage. Coughlin, shot saved. Coughlin had a good chance here now with 20 seconds to play in the half. But Reguro was up to the task. 10
9,
seconds and counting.
8, 7, 6,
Wickenheiser off the
5,
contact.
4, 3,
Will take the only thing she can do, and that is a
1.
slow rolling shot on net. It's picked up by Reguro. And we're through one half of play.
College 0.
No score on the board. We talked about coming into this game that goal scoring has been a problem on the Endicott side, not so much on the Wheaton side, but Wheaton's still searching for its first goal. Endicott has tied twice 0-0 in their two conference games. So 15 minutes up on the scoreboard as we take a halftime break. And when we come back, we'll have second half action, Wheaton and Endicott, as you listen to Wednesday afternoon women's soccer on the New Mag Sports Network. We'll be right back with you. We welcome you back to second half action, Wheaton College and Endicott College. Wednesday afternoon women's soccer. Thanks for joining us on the New Mag Sports Network. Matt Kuchar with you here from the campus of Wheaton College in Norton, Massachusetts. We're at Mirrone Stadium for tonight's game. Wheaton's home field and a scoreless first half. A couple of good chances for Wheaton offensively. Kate Wickenheiser was very involved in those, as she usually is. But Wheaton unable to get anything up on the scoreboard, and Endicott has struggled to score all year. They've had 2 scoreless ties in their 2 conference games, and looking to get on the board here early in the second half on both sides. Try and set the tone here. In the first half, there were some tests for Jackie Raguro, the goalkeeper for Endicott. She proved up to the task and briefly looked like she would have to leave this game with an injury. She was down for quite a while, but able to bounce back up. Back out there for the second half. Looks like she's sporting now a knee brace on the left knee, but other than that, looks none the worse for the injury. Maybe not. We're going to have a change in net, indicated to us now by Jody Kenyon. Rosalina Caleri is actually going to take over out of East Greenwich, Rhode Island, the sophomore in net for Endicott. So again, Raguro does check out after that injury in the first half. And Caleri checks in net. Just waiting for the whistle. There it is, and away we go with second half action.
Now in net for Endicott, number 1, a sophomore from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, number 1, Rosalina Caleria.
Young. And now Hubert. Healy. Here's Young again as Endicott with it around midfield. Cloud with Wheaton now advancing towards the goal on the left side of your screen. Wins it away to Donfield. A lot of the starters back out there for Wheaton. Donfield across. Scores! Claire Donfield from long distance. Across and immediately tests the new keeper. Wheaton comes away with the goal less than a minute into the second half. 1-0 Lions. Claire Donfield all the way across. Found the left corner of that net. Caleri was unable to defend the far left post. 1-0 Wheaton.
College goal scored by number 32, Claire Donfield. Unassisted. Time to goal, 45-49 of the second half. That's goal number 1 on the season.
And a shot at a score for Endicott just as the announcement was made. Dosty scores for Endicott, 1-1. Well, that didn't take long. We'll put a score on the board for Endicott as we had barely gotten finished hearing the announcement of the goal for Wheaton. On the other side, 1-1. And after no goals were scored in the first half, within a minute and a half, plenty of action here in the second half. My goodness.
Endicott College goal scored by number 29, Alexandria Dosty. Unassisted. Time to goal, 46-06.
So 2 unassisted goals.
That's goal number 2.
Dosty gets it for Endicott, her second goal of the season. More on Donfield's goal in a second as the foul called on Endicott. Wheaton will get it back. That's for the Wheaton side with the goal by Donfield. That was Donfield's first goal of the season. So a lot of action in about a minute's time. First, the goal by Donfield for the Lions. And then the goal scored by Endicott literally less than a minute later while the Wheaton goal was being announced here at Mirrone Stadium. So it's 1-1. We got 42 minutes plus to play as Cloud advances it for Wheaton, looking again for Donfield, who is offside. A couple of faces that we hadn't seen yet out there for Wheaton. Yulia Markman is in the game for the Lions. And I see Sadie Recht out there as well. Castaldi has it taken away by Tellerico. Wolfgang circles around the goal, gives it to Marcus. Back to Wolfgang, pressured by Endicott. Here's Coughlin. To Cloud. Cloud leaves it for Recht. It's getting it out of harm's way was Galeri. Whistled for a foul. One of the Wheaton players there, not sure if it was Diaz or Coughlin. Endicott will take possession back. As Young tries to get a pass ahead to Hubert. Cut off by Coughlin. Here's Cloud. Across the field to Donfield. Into the corner. Donfield fighting for it with Donahue. Donahue comes away with it. Off the ball, one of the Endicott players went down. That was Richatelli. And the whistle blows on a foul against Wheaton. Venditti. For Healy. And a whistle on Wheaton. Looks like the referee is reaching into his pocket and shows yellow to Mia Wolfgang, it appears. Either Wolfgang or Gabby Diaz, one of the two. Picks up the yellow card as the clock stops for a free kick. Looks like Ella Morgan who will handle it. Morgan boots it towards the net. Marcus with the save. As Gabby Marcus boots it out of there. Looking for Coughlin at midfield. And it's knocked out by Isabella Young. Much to the chagrin of the Wheaton bench. Endicott knocks it out this time. Last year, these two teams matched up a 3-3 tie after 2 overtimes. Wheaton tied it up with 6 seconds left at 3-3. And Gabby Marcus made 3 key saves in overtime to keep it tied up 3-3. That's where they finished after 2 overtimes. No overtime in the regular season this year, NCAA women's soccer. So that means until the playoffs, you see a lot of ties, a lot of scoreless ties for this Endicott team so far in conference play. Wolfgang. Pass over to Shinikariello. Back to Marcus. Shinikariello. Ahead to Markman. Freeman lost it. Healy gets it back for Endicott. Up ahead to Richatelli. Hard contact, no whistle. Defended by Shanique Ariello. That gets a cheer out of the Wheaton men's soccer team that is here in force, cheering on the women's team. Men's team has the day off after playing yesterday. Here's Recht, who we did not see in the first half. Markman, same applies to her. Morgan wins it away from those two. That game, Wheaton Endicott last year that we mentioned on the road in Beverly. Wheaton with the advantage of the home matchup this year. There's a whistle here on Freeman. Well, the Wheaton players went down, no whistle, as Gabby Marcus picks up the loose ball. Marcus get it up to midfield. Gabby Marcus, a big part of Wheaton's playoff appearance last season. Wheaton ended its season with a loss to Springfield in the New Max semifinals. Here's Recht, Markman. Both of those two, as we mentioned, fresh legs, did not play in the first half. Donfield takes it away, gets it back to Freeman. Donfield. Here's Diaz. Dostie was on Diaz, and now it's knocked out off of Wheaton. Throw in for Endicott goes to Richatelli. Richatelli up ahead to Dostie, who had the goal and now lost it. Downfield gets it back. Here's Recht. Here's Cloud. Has Markman ahead of her. Cloud tries to get it to Markman. Cannot. Diaz. Aggressive defense. No whistle. Downfield. Here's Recht. Keeps it. Left-footed shot. Wide right of the net. Last year, in terms of shots, Endicott held a 22-11 advantage in that regular season matchup between these two teams. If you're just joining us for this second half, we mentioned the Gulls have had a good season, 5-2-2 overall. Wheaton 4-4. 34.5 minutes to play. We're tied at 1. Goals scored on each side within the first 2 minutes of this second half in short order. Literally, Endicott scoring the tying marker while the first Wheaton goal was being announced here at Mirrone Stadium. That's how quick it was. Donfield, the goal scorer for Wheaton, her first of the year. It was Dostie for Endicott. This one picked up in net. Caleri makes the save. I believe Markman had the shot. Isabella Young gets it ahead here for Endicott to Hubert. Castaldi all over it. And now Coughlin. Castaldi. And the foul is whistled on Endicott. It's whistled on Hubert. Playing against Castaldi. Castaldi kicking it ahead toward Markman. Chased by Donfield. And knocked out of bounds on the far side by one of the Gulls players. Gulls in the navy, Wheaton in the white. And as we mentioned in this second half, a change in net for the Gulls. Calarian for Riguro, who was injured in the first half. Looks like a corner kick coming up for Wheaton. Freeman coming in to take it. One game. Freeman, corner kick in. Markman got a head on it, but it kicks back out. Chased by Cloud. Knocked out of bounds off of Endicott, off of Elizabeth Healy. Throw in for Castaldi and the Lions. Give a couple of substitutions for Endicott as they get the ball back. Looks like Madison Webster and Aaron Wood checking in for Endicott. As the goal scorer, Dostie departs, and Michelle Donahue checks out on the Endicott side. Cloud. Too far for Donfield. Kicked out of bounds by Madison Webster just into the game for Endicott. Throw in for Wheaton. Goes direct. Couple of Navy shirts in front of Markman. Knocked out again by Endicott. Recht throw into Markman. Right back to Recht. Kicked out by Endicott. Recht gets it in and off the head of Ella Morgan and again out. Change things up. Donfield with the throw in. Donfield puts it to Coughlin in front of the net. Kicks away from her. Gabby Diaz saves the possession. Diaz shot. Saved by Calari. She knocked it over the top of the net and gets plaudits from her teammates on a nice save. Wheaton tried to go top shelf there. It was nearly successful, if not for the effort by Calari. Wheaton will get a corner kick opportunity off of that play. Freeman will take it from the corner with 30 minutes showing on the clock in the second half in a 1-1 game. Freeman, right-footed kick in. Markman scores! Markman heads it in 2-1 Wheaton. It was beautifully set up by Francesca Freeman from the corner. The first-year defender put it right on the money, and Markman did the rest to give Wheaton the 1-goal advantage. Just under 30 minutes to play in the second half. Certainly Freeman will get the assist.
Wheaton College goal scored by number 9, Julia Markman.
Julia
Assisted by
Markman's
number
second goal of the
27,
season.
Francesca Freeman. Time of the goal, 60:07 of the second half. That's goal number 2 on the season for Markman.
Boy, that was a beauty. Markman just in the right place. Knocked it in with the head. It's a way to use your head to give Wheaton the lead. Morgan has it now for Endicott, trying to answer. Kicked it off one of the Wheaton defenders. It's Coughlin. Saves it in bounds. Back to Castaldi. Marcus up ahead to Coughlin. Morgan knocks it out. For Endicott, Hubert over to Morgan. Taken away by Cloud with a head of steam. Up ahead to Donfield. Has wrecked in front of the net. Can't get the pass through Webster. Be a throw in for Wheaton. Immediately knocked out. A couple of substitutes coming in for Endicott. Klimas and Marcaselli checking in. First time we've seen those two today.
Entering the match for Endicott, number 4, Bella Bacasili. Number 16, Samantha Klimas.
For Endicott, opportunity snuffed out by Castaldi. Castaldi up ahead, got around one defender. Now knocked away by Isabella Young for Endicott. She boots it out of bounds. Looks like that'll set up a corner. As Francesca Freeman heads over to take the corner kick. Had success moments ago, so Wheaton will try and replicate it. It was Freeman who on that corner kick found Markman. Beautiful goal right in front of the net. Markman knocking it in off the side of her head. Freeman's kick in toward Recht. Diaz picks it up, gets it back to Freeman. Freeman too far for Donfield. Picked up instead by Richatelli. Brings it across midfield, chased by Donfield. Richatelli pulls it back. Looking for Wood. Marcus tried to make the save. And as she did, there was a foul called on Endicott on Wood. That'll give Gabby Marcus a chance to set things up for Wheaton out of the net. We talked about the impressive goal by Julia Markman, the senior forward. NUMAC academic all-conference last year. She's from Denmark. Psych and public health major here at Wheaton. And would be remiss in not mentioning Francesca Freeman, who set it up as well. First-year defender out of Portland, Maine. Third assist in 2 games for her. She's an undecided major here at Wheaton. 4 years lettering in Nordic skiing at her high school. How about that? Played lacrosse. Coughlin knocks it away from the goalkeeper, but has 3 defenders in front of her. And a whistle blew. They called offside before any of that even had a chance to develop. With 25 minutes to play here, 2-1 Wheaton. Shot on net by Richatelli, but it hung up there. Plenty of time for Marcus to get over and make the save. As Marcus boots it out to midfield. Picked up by Young for Endicott. Here's Castaldi. Wolfgang. Julia Markman trying to win it at midfield. Diaz. There's Morgan getting it back for Endicott. Chased by Recht. Morgan. Markman made it play defensively. Whistle on Morgan. Foul on Endicott. Wheaton will get it back. Wolfgang up ahead looking for a Recht, went over her head. Sadie Recht trying to win it back. Donfield in the area. Markman with help. Kicks out to Webster for Endicott. Wolfgang, diving play, gets it out of harm's way. Knocks it out of bounds. Big cheer from the men's soccer team for that play by Mia Wolfgang. Donfield wins it ahead, but into a sea of navy blue. Young, who's been active for Endicott, over to her teammate, Tellerico. Morgan's pass, too far for Tellerico. Check that, that's Bocaselli, who was on the receiving end of that pass. That went too far. Markman. Here's Donfield. Chance to turn it upfield. Up toward Recht. Kilmus. Was Diaz. Recht. Trying to get it to Markman. Cut off by Webster. Defensively for Endicott. No whistle. Substitution will check in here. Eliza Walker is coming in. Ella Morgan is coming out. Big corner kick coming up for Wheaton. Looks like that's Freeman taking it from the opposite side this time. Came up short of a few of the Wheaton players in front of the net.
Reentering the match for Endicott, number 26, Eliza Walker.
A couple of players went down at midfield. No whistle off the ball. Here's Healy. Over to Wood. Wood goes down and the whistle on Jenny Cariello. Looks like it'll set up a free kick. The foul was outside the box. So Jenny Cariello called for the foul. There will be a free kick with 20 minutes to play now. Wheaton hanging on to a 1-goal advantage, 2-1 lead on the strength of the Markman goal that put this Lions team ahead. Liza Walker taking the free kick now for the goals. Walker's kick, saved by Marcus. See the adjustment on your scoreboard there again. It is 2-1 Wheaton now. Nice save by Marcus to keep it a 2-1 Wheaton advantage. As we see a couple of players ready to check in for Wheaton, Colomb and Wickenheiser on the sideline. Donfield brings it across midfield. Good ball for Recht. Recht tries a shot, but got in too far, and that shot goes behind the net. Wickenheiser and Colomb will check in. Looks like Wickenheiser is going to go get Recht.
Re-entering the match for the Lions.
Freeman coming
number
out as
3,
well.
Isabel Colomb. And number 30, Kate Wickenheiser.
Castaldi will take the corner for Wheaton. Coughlin saves it, but kick goes through out of bounds. Shot block initially on Gabby Diaz, and then Coughlin's shot went wide right. With just about 18 minutes to play in the second half. Again, Wheaton, a 2-1 lead. Goals scored by Donfield and Markman. And the Markman goal, a play to add to the highlight reel for these Wheaton Lions on the assist from Freeman. Coughlin up against Isabella Young. Young wins it out, but Coughlin gets it back now. Colomb, who just checked in, leaves it for Marcus. Shinichariello back to Marcus. Here's Colomb. Coughlin back to Colomb. Wheaton looking to get it up toward midfield. Good to see Colomb back out there after she was injured in the first half. And moving around well. Markman couldn't corral it at midfield. Cloud takes it away. Has Wickenheiser up ahead. Knocked away by the Endicott defender. Up ahead to Healy. Healy leaves it for Gilmas. Gabby Marcus is going to play the ball in the box. 16 and a half minutes to play. Again, keeping an eye on that clock now as Wheaton hangs on to the 2-1 lead. And would love it to stay that way. Or get some insurance as Donfield knocks it in deep. Wickenheiser keeps it in. Real nice play by Wickenheiser. Back to Donfield. The indication is that Wickenheiser is offside. Couple more substitutions. This will be a goal kick out for Endicott. We mentioned a change in net for Endicott. Rosalina Caleri checked in after Jacqueline Ruggiero checked in, was injured in the end of the first half. She stayed in there, but was unable to come back out for the second half. Colomb leaves it for Marcus. It's Colomb. Back to Coughlin. Shinichariello up ahead toward Wickenheiser, cut off by one of the Endicott defenders. That was Kilmus. And a whistle on Castaldi, foul on Castaldi. Endicott will take it. That's Magnier, wearing the number 23 for the Gulls. Boots it into traffic. Kicks back out to Markman. Leaves it for Cloud. Wheaton across midfield with Cloud over to Wickenheiser. Wickenheiser speed toward the corner. Here's Cloud again. Leaves it for Donfield. She's got Diaz. Castaldi. Couple of defenders on her. Looking for options now. Gonna take the shot. And saved by Caleri. Caleri boots it out toward midfield. "13 minutes plus left to play. Wolfgang defending for Wheaton. Gets the foot in there. Nice play by Mia Wolfgang. He's had a good day on defense for the Lions. Castaldi's kick ahead knocks out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Endicott.
22 and 30 are running track here. They were recruited for track.
As one of the players fell down, Healy fell down for Endicott. Gulls win it back. There's Walker. Kilmus. Up ahead, no whistle on the advantage. Shot, save. Marcus knocks it away. Baccaselli had an open shot on the advantage. And Endicott will come out of this with a corner kick opportunity. Looks like Kilmus will take it. Check that. Eliza Walker headed over to take the corner, the first year out of Marshfield. It was a nice save by Gabby Marcus. Walker, right-footed boot in. Goes over everything, and Markman comes back away with it with a head of steam toward midfield for Wheaton. Cloud up ahead to Wickenheiser. Gets around her defender. Nice juke, but there was another defender waiting on the other side. Wheaton gets it back. Wickenheiser. Markman. Beehive of Navy around her. Wickenheiser knocks it down, knocks it out. Endicott keeps possession. A couple more substitutions. Raquel Garce is checking back in for Wheaton. Claire Donfield is coming off with 10:45 showing on the clock and counting in the second half. So Garce is in, Donfield out. 2-1 Wheaton. And 10.5 minutes to play. Wheaton hanging on to a 1-goal lead. Here's Markman. Diaz. Castaldi. Coughlin back to Castaldi. Defended for Endicott by Baccaselli. Baccaselli back now. Baccaselli had the shot moments ago. Nice save by Marcus on the chance to tie. That one goes out off Endicott. Throw in coming up for Castaldi and Wheaton. Markman. For Wickenheiser, knocked away by Carly Matthews. As Marcus kicks it out of the goal. Wickenheiser at midfield. No call on a possible handball. Wolfgang leaves it back for Marcus. Diaz. Wheaton trying to get it out of their defensive zone. Diaz. Oh, Diaz, hard contact. Tellerico. Foul called against Tellerico, who was shaken up. Looks all right now. That was a hard collision between her and Diaz. Natalie Coughlin saves it in for Wheaton. Castaldi up ahead to midfield. Garces wins it with the header out in front of her defender. Lost it at the end as she goes down, no whistle. As it comes back up to midfield, Jewett looking for options. Leaves it for Baccaselli. That shot was deflected by one of the Wheaton defenders. 7:45 to play. Wheaton the 2-1 lead. Coughlin leaves it back for Castaldi. Across to Shanique Cariello. There's Garces pushed from behind, no whistle. Wolfgang and Garces have it over there at midfield. Markman. There's Cloud. Trying to get it into Wickenheiser. Kate Wickenheiser tries a shot. Went over the net. We're going to see Lily Brown check back in for Wheaton. Brown had her first career multi-goal game in her collegiate career.
Lily
That was last game at
Brown.
Smith in Newmac playing. Lily Brown, sophomore, psych major here. Played softball in high school as well. Her team won the state championship for softball her senior season at Pilgrim in Warwick, Rhode Island. And the soccer team went to the state championship when she was both a sophomore and a senior. In front, Wickenheiser had a chance, save made by Caleri off the header by Wickenheiser. As Castaldi tried to save it, her shot goes behind the net. Tense moments for Caleri there. Out of nowhere as Wickenheiser had an open net. She made the save though. Be a corner for Wheaton. Amanda Castaldi over there to take it for the Lions. Has Garces, Wickenheiser, and Brown in front of the net. Oh, Wickenheiser a chance. Went off one of the Endicott defenders though. Cloud knocked down. Around a few defenders is Jewett. Jewett in on the net. Tried the pass. Shot, score. Rischitelli off the pass from Jewett. Ties the game at 2. Slow developing play for Jewett. It looked like she should really be more aggressive, go in and take the shot. No. Ends up making a beautiful pass to Rischitelli. And Rischitelli knocks it home to tie the game at 2-2 with 5.5 minutes to play. Well, that takes the wind out of the sails for Wheaton, at least momentarily. That was a really nice play by Jewett to let things develop, go with the pass to her teammate, and get it past Marcus to tie the game at 2.
Endicott College goal scored by number 6, Riley Rischitelli.
So Rischitelli officially announced as the goal scorer, the assist to Jewett.
Time of the goal, 84-26 of the second half. That's goal number 2 on the season for Rischitelli.
Rischitelli's second goal of the year. And not much Marcus could do. Just very well executed play by the goals. Now anybody's game in the last 5 minutes. 2-2 the score. We get a substitution on the Endicott side. Clintworth checking back in.
Re-entering the match for Endicott, number 21, Gabrielle Clintworth.
Nice play by Castaldi in front to get it out of the area of the Wheaton goal. Endicott with possession though. Magner. And a whiff by St. Laurent. Diaz brings it up the other way. Wickenheiser knocked down. No whistle. Wickenheiser not happy. That play was not whistled as Castaldi wins it back. Up ahead to Wickenheiser. Here's Lily Brown back into the game. Trying to get it ahead to Garces, but the pass too far. We mentioned Endicott 2-0 ties in their first two conference games. And right now tied here 2-2 with Wheaton in the last 3.5 minutes. Whistle foul on Endicott as Garces went down trying to play the ball on the far side of the field. Clock is at 3:10 and ticking. Wolfgang boots it away in the area of Wickenheiser. Brown trying to win it back, cannot. Too far away from her. Castaldi knocks it down as Endicott tries to get it out of harm's way. Tight defense from Colomb and Coughlin. Foul called on Wheaton, much to the chagrin of Coach Lee Moyes. Agner puts it in, finds Gabby Diaz initially. Endicott gets it back. And a shot on one bounce by St. Laurent. Saved by Gabby Marcus. At midfield, Garces was knocked down and the referee is stopping the clock. Looks like he's reaching into his pocket to show yellow. Looked like Webster. Webster gets the yellow card, knocking into Garces. 2:04 left on the game clock. As Wolfgang boots it in towards the net. Garces and Wickenheiser there. Wickenheiser. Lily Brown redirects a shot. And a diving save by Caleri. 1:45 to play. And you wonder if that might be the last best chance of this game for the Lions. They hope not. As Endicott comes away with it. St. Laurent had it taken away by Diaz. Wickenheiser chasing. Trying to control. She gets knocked down. St. Laurent heads it ahead. Gets it back. Trying to lead Clintworth. Staldy knocks it out of bounds as Jewett was chasing as well. Be a throw in with 1 minute to play for Endicott.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Magnier gets it in to Jewett. Defended by Castaldi. Jewett back to Magnier. Looping kick towards the net. Off Marcus's hands. St. Laurent over there for Endicott. Diaz for Wheaton. Diaz gets it up to Cloud at midfield. 30 seconds to play. Cloud into the back of Wickenheiser's legs. Wickenheiser desperately trying to save it. 23 seconds. Endicott gets the touch back. Up to midfield. Castaldi with 13 seconds. 10 seconds now and a sense of urgency from Wheaton, but they've got a long way to go.
4, 3,
and with that boot by Magnier, up ahead towards the Wheaton net, that will do it. The end of regulation, the horn sounds,
Endicott College 2.
and this one ends in a tie. Endicott 2, Wheaton 2. We mentioned that a year ago these teams matched up in Beverly, and back then 2 overtimes tied 3-3. They meet up again this year without the overtime rule in effect. No overtime till the playoffs this year, and they tie again, this time 2-2 Wheaton 2, Endicott 2. It was a late goal from Endicott to tie it. Wheaton had the 2-1 lead throughout much of the second half, but unable to hang on to the end, and really was a nice play executed by Jewett and Rischitelli. Rischitelli had that goal to tie it up at 2.
Will be in action again here on Saturday, October 1st.
So for Wheaton, the conference action is back. New MAC game on Saturday.
Thank you for your support
against MIT. As far as MIT is concerned, they're ranked 17th overall for Division III in the entire country in the United Soccer Coaches D3 National Poll. One of 2 New MAC teams ranked in that poll. Babson is the other, currently ranked 10th. In the New MAC preseason coaches poll, MIT, though, got 10 of the first place votes. They won the 2021 New MAC Tournament Championship. And as they come to town on Saturday, that'll be a real test for Wheaton in conference action. Wheaton was ranked 7th in that poll, so they'll be the underdog against MIT on Saturday. It's the first home conference game for the Lions. We'll see them out here at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon at Mirrone Stadium. As these teams go through the handshake line, we again thank you for joining us. Once again, the final Wheaton 2, Endicott 2. Conference action back here on Saturday. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Kuchar. As we stream on the new MAC Sports Network, we'll see you Saturday afternoon right back here. Have a good night.